Morning, Fraser. Monday morning. Got to clean up a little bit. Got some of the tools and stuff that I still brought home from the church I didn't clean up yesterday. But other than that, I want to go and get the baseboard heaters and stuff. Apparently they have them at Canadian Tire with the thermostats in them, so I didn't realize that. Who would have thought? Canadian Tire. Rona, Valley, not so much, but Canadian Tire. Allie's out with Chaz at an appointment this morning. And I'm waiting for a delivery, and as soon as the delivery gets here, I'm gone, and we'll go and we'll do the baseboard heaters. All right, a little late on the get-go today. Oh, I forgot those things. Darn it, that's okay. Yeah, I wound up getting a migraine this morning, so wound up having to go back, and I was actually already in town, and I had to turn around and go back and before I completely lost my vision. But it only lasted for a little while, and I laid down for about an hour and a half. It is fine now. So anyway, came back out and picked up the heater that we need. Ta-da! Now I just got to figure out how to put it back together. See, that's all. It's really not a big deal, right? Really? Yeah? Where should it be? Should be on that end? No, it should be on this end. Should be on this end. That is my opinion. Which means that. So how does that come off? That's what I want to know. So it just comes off. Look at that. I like it. It's way easier than the other way. Alright, first and foremost, safety first. Let's see whether it has power. Nope, power's off. It's good. What we're doing. Instructions. Installation. French. Seriously, did I get installation guide? Okay, there we go. Not doing that. Okay. Let's look at this one. That says that. This is this. Pop that out. Done. Get these little tabs out. Seriously? That's some tough metal, man. There we go. So I presume these will go in on this side. Let's not presume. Let's look. Steady as a surgeon. Good. Okay. That's in there. I don't know why I thought that was the first thing to do, but it was. You know. Wire the thermostat as shown in the diagram. No! Sean just sent me a picture of his. He's having a bunch of trees pulled down on his property there, and by a professional company and such. And he said this tree did not fall where they thought it was going to. So. This is what's confusing me, because there's that there. What is that thing? So that's coming from the main wire. Double check, make sure it's good. Good, yeah, that makes sense, right? Just does. That's the way it has to be. That's the way it has to be. Really, there's only 4 wires. You can only wire it up so many ways, man. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, that hurt my knee. Ow. Old man knees. Let's do that. Let's put these on. You silly goose. Arr. Silly man. Silly man. This is one. So we can go right to there. Then we're good. going anywhere. Not at all. Still in there. Nothing's there, nothing's there. Here, I'm gonna go black to black. Hearing the click is a good sound. It means, you know, in my mind, it means the thermostat's working. Just waiting to see whether or not the thermostat actually activates or deactivates the heater. Because it was on full. That click was me just turning it off. It does feel like the heat is going down, but we'll leave it for a few minutes. And I'll go get that other screw for that while we're waiting. So the off portion works. Let's make sure the on portion works. Yep, heat's coming up. I always check weird and funny things like, you know, are the wires getting hot, anything like that. It's good. That's good. in there for now. See that. All right, she works. She works. All right. So the question is, I know, I said I'm not gonna bother changing the other lights until such time as we get it painted and all that sort of stuff, but that could be a little while. So I'm just thinking, why not? That I can do on Wednesday. That I can do on Wednesday. That stuff I can also do on Wednesday. The heater works. That's a good sign, right? I don't really want to leave until I can verify that this will turn off when it's warm enough, right? We're going to close the door in here for a bit and leave it. See. In the meantime, we'll try and clean up a little bit. Job done for the day. Going to double check, make sure Sam or somebody's here just to be able to check it out. I'm not sure whether he's in today or not, but nonetheless, yeah. Job done for the day. Hey Fraser. So, yeah, didn't get as much done today as I wanted to get done. Sorry about that. I was gonna, do the computer and all that sort of stuff, but we have to wait for tomorrow for that one. These migraines, man, they just take it right out of you kind of thing, right? So, but I got the small heater installed, which is really good. I can't really mud in there until we get some form of heat, right? So, so that's done now. That'll be good. And the rest of the heat was good. Walked into the basement of the church today, and it was warm, which was nice. There was no icicles forming in my nostrils, which is always a bonus. But yeah, no, the heater went on very smooth. Once I figured out how to get the thermostat into the baseboard heater, which wasn't a big deal. It just they had a round, what looked to be a round knob that there was extra wires coming from, and there was no extra round knob. Well, that was symbolizing the end of the wire coming, out of the wall kind of thing, right? So once I figured that out, it was, fairly simplistic. But yeah, that was good. It works well. It's nice. I'll go in there. We've got prayer tonight, so I'll go in tonight and double check and make sure everything's good and it's nice and warm in there. And that should help with our little bit of a water situation we've got over there as well. So hopefully it keeps things warm and keeps the moisture down and all that wonderful stuff. So yeah, that was really it, man. I got my laptop. I ordered a new laptop. Bought a laptop. Because if I when I go down for my next appointment down in the Lower Mainland there, I don't want to use that big old piece of junk anymore. So I'll use this. It's got all sorts of memory. It's got all sorts of storage space, and I'll use that for the Fishing with Fraser things, because I want to make sure that they get up every day kind of thing, right? So that will be done, and I'm planning on going to the boat show as well. As a few guys from work that usually go, right? So yeah, hopefully I'll get down there and take some video down there. We'll see what we can find to put on the video. I apologize, man. Again, when I get the migraines, I'm not firing on all cylinders, so it might be a little shorter today, and I apologize for that. So, gonna read today. These are yes, look here. So, eyes are very sensitive when I get these migraines. Light, my beauty ring, making me look like, amazingly beautiful. But it's a little hard in the eyes. And anything on the glasses and stuff, yeah, it's a little bit, it's just a little sensitive. All right, so this is still Jesus. This is in Matthew chapter 7. This is still Jesus preaching to the people. And this is from verse 15 to 23. Watch out for false prophets. They will come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves.
By their fruit you will recognize them. Do people pick grapes from thorn bushes, or figs from thistles? Likewise, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and is thrown into the fire. Thus, by their fruit you will recognize them. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only he who does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Many will say to me on that day, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and in your name drive out demons and perform many miracles? Then I will tell them plainly, I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers. So that verse used to, bug me a little bit, just because, there's always the panic and fear. Whoa, what if that's me? And, the reality is, if you're worried about that being you, it's not you, I think is what it comes down to, right? What they're talking about is people that are, what Jesus specifically is talking about, I believe, is people that are self-seeking, people that are out there and they may be preaching the gospel, they may be performing miracles, they may be doing whatever they're doing, but they're doing it for self-seeking gain. They're doing it for their own notoriety. They're doing it for money, power, sex, whatever it happens to be, right? You name the big reasons, and people will be doing that, and there'll be a path of destruction in their wake, right? So that's what he's talking about there. People that are not truly, he's talking about people that are not truly disciples of Christ, people that are not truly worshiping Christ. They're worshiping money, things, objects, people, whatever it happens to be, right? And they're all doing it, and they're doing it again all for the gain of self, whatever they want, whether it's the money, the power, whatever, right? It's not talking about true, honest believers. And again, you'll recognize these people by their fruits. So there's lots of people out there that'll preach this, preach that, and you might say, well, how is that possible? How can somebody that's not a true disciple or what have you be able to perform miracles and all that sort of stuff? Well, Judas did, right? Judas, one of the 12 disciples, was sent out. Christ gave him authority to, he was preaching, he was healing, he was casting out demons, and yet he wound up betraying Jesus. But he very clearly says here that there are those who will come in, and they'll be sweet, they'll be charming, they'll be whatever. They'll come in like literally a wolf in sheep's clothing, because they're coming in all nice and sweet and innocent, and then the true self comes out, because you can't hide your heart for very long. The Bible says, where your treasure is, there your heart is also. So if your heart is on those things, if your heart is on money, if your heart is on things, if your heart is on power, you can't hide that for very long. You're not going to be able to, and you're going to be able to see that in people. These people that Jesus is talking about here don't care who they hurt. They don't care what kind of destruction they leave. They're in there for their own personal gain. That's why they're not disciples of Christ, because they're only out there for themselves. They'll use people, whatever they can do to get what they want. That's what they do, and they give Christians all over the place and churches a bad name, and that's how you see them by their fruit. When they don't care, when they hurt people, when they destroy maliciously, when they're taking advantage of people, racking up, their bank accounts like you wouldn't believe, but, leaving a swath of poverty in the path as well. Elderly, vulnerable, whatever it happens to be, right? So, those are the people that Jesus is talking about. Anyway, buddy, like I say, I am not confident that I am firing on all cylinders tonight, so I apologize, and I know it's going to be a little short, but, you know, forgive me for that. Sorry. Yeah, but I want to share that tonight, and I love you. I miss you. God loves you. I look forward to coming out and seeing you soon, and I will post more tomorrow.